This morning, Christians set out for various places of worship, as happens on most Sundays. The only thing that sets these Christians apart is how they are dressed, with some sporting more formal looks while others settle for a more casual approach. This then begs the question, how should one be dressed for church, and who determines this standard? Pastor Benjamin Nebechuku, the lead pastor of Living Word Assembly, first defines the term dressing.
Dress means to cover nakedness. But we live in a dispensation and a generation where there is an uncovering of what ought to be covered.
Pastor Benjamin observes that the way a person dresses for church also influences his or her Christian beliefs. He, however, notes that places of worship should not turn away worshippers that they believe to be poorly dressed, but should instead guide and counsel them.
You see, the church is like an hospital, and in the hospital, nobody is turned back at the gates. You may never know who will get saved on a particular Sunday. So if you are at the gate and you are sending away people, a harlot may decide to come to get saved. And you may end up sending out a harlot who ought to be saved for Jesus.
Religious leaders observe that dressing decently for church should be done every day and not only reserved for special occasions like Christmas or even Easter.
There's nowhere written in the Bible that says that Jesus is coming on a Christmas day. So if one decides to dress decently, it should be a lifestyle.
Former ethics minister Miriam Matembe observes that decent dressing should not only be the preserve of church, but also for everyday life.
Everybody should dress decently every time, everywhere. If decently means dignifiably dressed, so that you don't feel ashamed yourself.
However, Matembe blames parents for failing in their duty of guiding their children on proper dressing decorum. She also believes that the church should do more in counseling its congregation on how to dress up when coming to church.
The leaders of the church should be able, for instance, the Mothers Union leadership should be able to talk to the mothers and impress it upon them on how they should honor God with appropriate dressing.
Christians whom we found coming from church have also given us their views on this issue.
You have to be as smart as possible, as decent as possible.
It's not the dressing code, it is the heart that you bring to the Lord.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 19 to 20 says that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit that were bought at a price. Therefore, everything that we do with our bodies has to honor God. Joyce Nakato, NTV Weekend Edition.